Black Drop Chronicles. What's going on, everybody? This is your boy Joey Blanco, and we back with another edition of Black Drop Chronicles. We got special guests in the building, Henry IV. What's good, bro?
What's going on? How y'all doing?
Man, glad to have you in the building with us.
Thank you, man.
Yes,
I'm happy to be here. I'm gonna be honest though.
Hey, so it's a mutual feeling.
Yeah. We talked about it, so
So I want to start right off with getting into your name, Henry IV.
Henry IV.
What's up with that?
So Henry IV is my real name. It stems from my real name. I'm the fourth generation, which is where the IV is the Roman numeral 4. I'm fourth generation of my name. My full name is William Henry Phaeton IV. So, you know, just take out a couple of words, a couple of names, and then just I stuck them together. It was actually pretty much mostly because of my brother. My name used to be Royal. Like I used to go by Royal. It was like a long time ago. So probably people, if you knew anybody knew me from high school, that's the name I went by. But I got to like a point where I was just like, I don't want to do anything too commercial, or I didn't want to be too gimmicky. So I was just like, I'm gonna just try to find a cool ass, dope ass name that is my name, like, and it kind of fit together because my brother he goes by Alexander Faye, so he took the Faye part of what I kind of wanted to do at first, and I was just like, can't be Henry Faye too, because then they're gonna kind of put two and two together. Yeah. But Henry IV just kind of just stood out, and I was like, damn, I'm still royal. I can still feel like king. And then when I thought about it, I was like, some of the best kings in England, like in the early Elizabethan time, it was Henry the Fourth was probably one of the best ones. I'm just saying, if y'all look it up, y'all know.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm a history buff, so I know.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Yeah, so no doubt, man. It's definitely a dope name.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
It's even better now I know that it's your actual real name.
Yeah, it is.
What I mean?
It is. Henry IV is my real name. The IV is just the I and the V in the Roman numeral. So it's kind of like when I do tell people it, and they're like, "Oh, what's your artist name?" You know, in parentheses, you got to put like the word I and then hyphen it and then VEE. It's like the easiest way to do it.
So they can.
So they can get it. They be like, "Oh, IV." Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So.
Okay. That's what's up. All right. So, you yourself, you a rapper and a singer, or?
Shit. So it was. I did have like. So growing up, I grew up in church. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of great singers grew up in church. But I got to a point where it was, you know, the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? I grew up College Park. Some people might know what it is, but it's a small little neighborhood, but there's a lot of stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of hood shit. There's a lot of like real ones. There's a whole bunch of hoopers. It's like a big melting pot. It's almost like Virginia. If Virginia had to have like a little cul-de-sac in Virginia Beach, it would literally be College Park, because you have like nerds, you got hood niggas, you got all this.
So
everything.
You're not from Virginia?
I'm from Virginia. Okay. I'm from Virginia Beach.
Okay.
But it's a place in Virginia Beach called College Park. It's an area. It's just a big ass.
I was thinking Atlanta.
See, and yeah, it's a confusion. But if I'll put College Park on the map, and then they'll be like, oh, so there's 2 College Parks now. But anyway, but I grew up there, and it was just growing up. I was always singing. But there was like no real singers except for me and my brother in College Park or in the area. And when we were going to school, there was like no real singers for that we knew except for my cousins, and they lived in Tennessee, so they moved away. It was just me and my brother, and we were just trying to, you know, operate. And being a church boy, it's kind of rough, especially in a neighborhood where nobody else is and they don't understand it, they don't get you. Right. But a lot of people like still fuck with me, but the main people that fuck with me is a guy named OZ. His name's Terrence, but a dude named OZ, he was a rapper, and so there's a lot of other rappers that were around him, and they was always hanging out. They was always like looking cool. So I was like, shit, I mean, I'm a singer, but I want to, you know, hop on with them. So sometimes I would just go over their crib. I'll go over OZ crib, and we would just like, it was cool because I was like, damn, they could spit, you know what I'm saying? So I wanted to try my hands. So I would go home, like after a whole night, we would be smoking, hanging out, just having a good time. And I would go home and I would just be in my book, like writing down, like I'm about to spit, like, you know what I mean? I ain't want to sing no more for like a good minute. So I was like, shit, I'm gonna be a rapper. Next thing I know, like, OZ was doing a track, and they was doing the freestyling thing one day. So I memorized the shit that I wrote down in my composition book. I'm just like, I'm about to get on with this shit. But I said some corny ass shit. I swear to God, I said the corniest lines the first time I did this shit. And I was like, I think I said something about like, I don't even know, bro. But like, I said some corny ass shit, and then niggas was looking like, you know what, bro? Like, I feel like your voice is good for it, but like, nah, bro. And I'm just like, fuck. So I'm just like, you know what? I didn't let it stop me. It was crazy. It was weird. I didn't let it stop me. I still wanted to keep going. I still wanted to keep being a rapper. So all I did was every day I came home, I listened. Like, YouTube was still it was actually a big thing, right? Way back then. It was definitely a big thing. So I'm in high school, you know, by this time. So I'm just sitting here writing. So I come back. One time they having another cypher. I'm just in there, and I'm just like, let me go. He's like, nah, bro. Like, no, come on, let me go. He's like, all right, bro. You fuck this up, bro. We ain't let you rap no more. Bro, I spit some of the hardest shit, and he said it. This is coming from his lips, because to me, he was like the cap. You know what I mean? Like, he was the threshold of where you could reach to be a nice ass rapper from where I'm standing. So he was like, bro, that was dope. He was like, okay. He was like, you getting better, bro. I'm like, yeah, you know, I was always just nice. I just ain't had the words at the time. So, but that's basically how I ended up becoming a little bit of both. To me, it's just like, it's not even just if I'm a singer or a rapper. I think the music kind of decides. Like, when I start to write, or when I hear a beat or hear a song, it comes out like that. Like, it's like, is this gonna be a song where I'm singing? Is it gonna be a rapping? And 9 times out of 10, honestly, it's probably both. Like, that transition to just do both, I always got hassled for. It's like, bro, why don't you just do R&B? You got a nice ass voice, you can sing your ass off. But my cousin, like, I'm close enough to you to know that you can like rap. Like, you can really rap on a whole nother level. So I'm just sitting here like tuggling with it. So I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm doing both if I can. Like, I'm gonna try to do it as finessed as possible. So now it just sounds like it's like a singer, like an R&B singer with just like rapper lyrics and finesse and style and charisma. And it's just like all together now. That's where my music is. That's where I came from. So
I ain't gonna hold you up. When I first found out you was a musician, I'm like, oh, he's another damn rapper. I don't want to pay.
I noticed that about you.
I'm like, whatever. But then I started checking you out more, and I heard you singing, and I'm like, oh damn, he can sing. Yeah. And I listened to some more, like, oh, he sing, and he rap too. But yeah, he sing. So that's what got me more interested in you. Yeah. I'm from the old school where R&B meant something. You know, before it was just all trap and rap all day. Yeah, you know. Yeah. And I think it's time for R&B to come back. I definitely think it's coming back. I see more of it.
It's a lot. I think it's because it's definitely coming back, and I think there's just a different face. It looks different to a lot of people, so it's hard to grasp what it really is going to be,
not
because
the 90s Jodeci
right, because trap was around for so, like, trap is still taking over, but it's been like a long stretch. And it's had such a long era that you didn't even realize it, because as soon as 2000 was kind of over, you had like down south trap, then you had kind of like this other little trap, and then now it's just like a full on then mumble rap came and all that other shit, whatever they did, you know, declared it or whatever. Right. But that long stretch is just, it's still kind of going. So now people are trying to find like, where can we avenue it? Oh shit, we gotta hit our 808s a little bit more. Snare gotta just kind of a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? So now it's slower, it's more vibed, and people are speaking their minds a little bit more too. And I think that's what people aren't used to. They're used to like, I love you, I need you, blah blah blah. Or if you hurt me, you know, get out of my face. But now it's like a whole bunch. It's gritty. It's a little bit more.
It's more top.
You know what I'm saying? It's less ironed out now. Yeah. Like, and that's where I ended up getting like a lot of my style from, because it was like, okay, I got that old school like finesse and that vibe and the groove, but the lyrics are like gritty, and it's just like they're honest though, you know what I'm saying? And that's where I'm trying to take it as far as when it comes to R&B or hip hop or whatever, that collaboration that I use. So,
you know, with the industry, unfortunately, in the world, people like to put everyone in categories. So,
the story of my life, for real.
So, if you had to pick, if it was up to you, what category would you be in? R&B, rap, pop?
I would say if I had to choose a category, I would say I'll be hip hop. I would say I would be hip hop, and I only say that because hip hop has I would say R&B has like a face, and it doesn't really have. It's hard to change the avenue of it for real. You know what I'm saying? So going into hip hop would almost automatically make my style like fit for R&B. Like as soon as I do an R&B song, or as soon as I do like a love song, because a lot of it is like it'll have the trap beat, it might have the flow of like a hip hop song, but then when you hear the lyrics or you hear the flow, the groove, you're like, oh, this shit might be. I think it's R&B though. Like, because he's singing about like some of the stuff he's saying, like, oh yeah, baby, come here, blah blah blah, this and that, and next thing you know, you just like, I think I'm listening to an R&B song, I don't know, but it's like, as far as that's because of the era. So it's like with the moving with the era and understanding like how music is flowing, it's like I'm hip hop. At least coming out the gate, I would say that I'm hip hop, because people won't understand it any other way until they hear, like when they hear the music right off the bat, they're like, okay, no, this is hip hop. No, wait, R&B.
Now, do you feel there's a difference between hip hop?
There's not a big difference.
Rap?
Hip hop and rap? Oh yeah, there's a big difference between hip hop and rap. But they flow together. I think rap goes into hip hop, but hip hop won't necessarily always go into rap, because you have people like J. Cole. J. Cole can rap, but he's a hip hop artist. You see what I'm saying? Like J. Cole he had a lane so long that you can hear him on something like, what is that song? I can't remember the song right now, but I'm gonna get it. But it was something I heard him on, and it was a trap. It was a trap beat. He snapped on that joint, but it was hip hop snapping. It was like if Common was on a trap beat with like the Migos or some shit. Yeah. Like you never really heard it, but it's so, the era just makes it possible to do so much stuff. But that's why like you can go from rap and kind of cross over and kind of go right into that old school hip hop, because really hip hop is like a lot about lyricism. Mm-hmm. Like lyricism is a big part of hip hop and its foundation. Mm-hmm. When it comes to rap is more the commercial side of it. You know what I'm saying? It's more party music. Like it's taking that hip hop or that rap and it's taking it to that party scene, trying to get it to a certain tempo. Certain tempos are different. Certain claps are different. It's just the music. But hip hop is gonna forever be like hip hop in its case. So that's why I say I would be a hip hop artist, because lyricism will definitely I'll try to show out lyricism first, regardless of how dope the song is and how clever it is and how catchy it is or whatever. Even if it's a party jam, like it's gonna have like that lyricism in there every single time, if I can help it, you know.
Now with a lot of these rappers out here now that are not doing hip hop but just rap, a lot of them are trying to sing. I.e. auto-tune or whatever. How do you feel about that?
I love that shit. I ain't gonna lie, cause you gotta think here we go. I'm a R&B singer. You know, I'm a singer, regardless R&B or not. I just sing. I love all different types of music. I feel like it's awesome to me, because now it's taking rap to another level. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop's been there before. There's been hip hop where they, you know, that boom bap and then you something like that. But you never really, rap has never always had it. It's kind of like they shied away from it because they were like, don't be doing that T-Pain and shit. You know what I mean? When that era was happening, and they were like, don't be singing. Like, nah, that singing shit is not for rappers. But you have so many, and a lot of rappers don't actually necessarily need auto-tune, even though y'all hear it. You have to like do your research, but you'll see like people like, that's why I fuck with Roddy Ricch a lot. When you hear Roddy Ricch sing straight up, when you hear people like Trippie Redd sing like live, when you hear them live, you be amazed by some people who are like, it's almost like they were born in a rapper's persona, but it's like they just happen to have like a little voice. And to me that's okay. I love it, because it's giving rap a whole nother face. There's more groove, there's more harmony, there's more melodies in it. You know what I'm saying? People can do what they want. I love the creativity. I've always been a fan of music and as a whole. And plus the way my style is, it's helping, because it's like I already wanted to do singing and rapping. Now it's like I see people kind of, you know, move towards the avenue, but me having an actual singer's voice and then doing something rapperish, hip hopish, that shit's just gonna take it to a whole nother level. And that's what I appreciate them setting that up, because now I can kind of do whatever I want. You know what I mean? And people can be way more creative, and they don't have to feel like they closed in a box anymore, especially in the rap scene, because it was trap, it was just rapping, had to be a hit, hard hitting joint. There's no melodies, there's no rod wave, none of that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Got it. All right, we're about to take a quick little break, and we'll be right back. But of course, before we do, since we're on the singing tip, I wanted to see if you could give us a small snippet, a cappella.
Any song?
Anything.
God damn. I was told the true definition of a man was to never cry, work till you die, got to provide, always be the rock for my fam, protect them by all means and give you the things that you need, baby. That's what I got.
That's what's up.
That's all I got.
Black Drop Chronicles, Henry IV. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
Got the word from my niggas. They just put a hurt on them niggas. Borderline psychotic when I'm under pressure, yeah. Empty out the safe just to send a message, yeah. I live in a world that's fully cutthroat. Shooting from a distance, won't approach me with no gusto. Mercy, 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 that's not something that I must show. What the fuck, for? Keep that energy whenever you on this side. Yeah. I'ma flee the scene and you can catch me on the flip side. Yeah. Niggas running on the scheme, got them caught up in my theme and now they inside. Yeah. Me and my whole team finna drown the fucking scene just like a riptide. Yeah. I'ma flee the scene and you can catch me on the flip. Flip. Yeah. You can catch me on the flip. Just a few sips, I'll be gone off the rick. On no Palmer mixed with 6 different liquors. Ain't wait for me, I love taking these pictures. Let niggas know that I'm thumping they sisters. Looking for me and that's looking for problems. Securing the funds, don't need time to solve. I get the bag, but I'm chasing the clout. I eat to get full of my stomach's to ground.
We back. Black Drop Chronicles. This is your boy Joey Blanco. We back with Henry IV in the building, who just sung us off into break. Sounded good. Now you were saying that was like one of your first songs?
That was it was my first. I was performing at a school talent show, and me and my homeboys was actually supposed to sing like a group type thing, but I got kicked out of the group because it was a conflict of leadership. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I was gonna lead at first, but then I guess one of the guys who was kind of sick, like he came back and they was just like, oh no, like, you know, just let him do it, you know what I mean? And then we'll figure out something next time. And I'm just like, bro, but I've been practicing this shit the whole time, and I was like, you know, I sound better. Don't even act like that. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to be cocky about it, but it was like, we sound good, and they was like, no, we'll just figure something out, bro. Like, you know what I mean? And next thing I know, we get to the day of, and all of them was just like, oh yeah, well, we gonna do something different, bro. Like, we just decided that. I'm like, well, you ain't gonna tell me. It's like, fuck it, I'll go out there and do my thing. So I did that shit by myself, but it was perfect. Like, and I had the music in the background. Like my cousin found the music for me and everything. So I mean, and I love Music Soul Child. Like, that was the first person I really listened to, like, growing up. I don't know why. It could have been anybody, to be honest. Like, I wasn't, like, a big Music Soul Child fan. I just heard him, and I was like, his voice is, like, so fitting for mine.
So who are your inspirations? Like, what artists you look up to?
This is cliche as a bitch, but I literally grew up. I probably have, like, my mom probably got, like, videos of me, like, 2 years old. Like, MJ. Always MJ, all day. I can't help it. Like, it's just that you know who the GOATs are, and you know where you were, you know what I'm saying? And that's really as far as pop. Like, I grew up watching him all the time, Michael Jackson all the time. Like, I was sitting in front of the TV watching MTV, Liberian Girl. I remember I watched that video and I was like, what kind of creepy mess is this? The Moonwalker movie, that was like one of my favorite movies at that time. Like, not even a regular movie, it was just watching. I used to watch that like every weekend. Me and my sister would watch that joint. Scream video, me and my sister practiced the whole little Scream routine. It was just like Michael Jackson's just been my biggest influence in music, and not just because he's a pop star, he's singing, dances, it's his mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, mentally, I can't compare to myself to a lot of people, like, artistry wise. And I'm just saying that, like, in the humblest, honest, most honest form possible. Like, My creativity doesn't just come from just the beat, just the music. Sometimes it's like I have to go further, a little further off, a little deeper to actually pull something like really creative out. And Michael Jackson has always done that. Regardless if he gets a song from somebody or somebody does his choreography, like the visions he put together is what really draw me to him. Mm-hmm. It's not just the music. It's like he put shit together, and that's the only person I compare. I literally go to sleep and I would dream about something, and I'd be like, oh, that's a video. I know exactly how this video gonna go. Like, I have like 6 to 7 videos for the songs on my project, or songs that are not on my project that just got made. I have like 6 or 7 videos that are already like written out in my head, and I already know how it's gonna go. And I love cinematic quality. Like, I love being cinematic. I love like the full visual and shit. If I can get that in under 6 minutes or 6 minutes or less, I will do it. But I know sometimes it takes, a little bit more. But I mean, I'm on a certain level where the budget, I don't have like necessarily always the budget, but it's like that vision that Michael Jackson always had. If I had that budget, I'm telling you, oh my God, I'd probably be on some Moonwalker shit too, to be honest. Like, cause I love film, I love movies, I like writing scripts, I love directing, cause that's like stuff that I do on the side, and obviously modeling. Like, I love all of it. So it was just that he was embedded in. He was an artist, a full-on entertainer. He wasn't just an artist, he was an entertainer. Like, he was embedded in every aspect of his craft, of his creations. And that's why he's like my biggest influence. I don't know, hip hop wise, I love J. Cole to the death of me. Like, it's just lyricism to me. Like, when it comes to rapping, I always try to tailor myself after people who are lyrically like just will smack you in the face. Like, he does that like every single time for me. Like, no matter if he's doing slow, something boring, something kind of people see kind of as cliche or whatever, but he took that boom bap to like just somewhere. Like him and Kendrick. Like, Kendrick is my boy too. There's a lot of artists. There's a lot of artists.
You're saying the right names.
Yeah, I respect a lot of artists though. Like, even the younger ones, even people who just came up, like Roddy and some other people. Like, anybody will tell you right now, Roddy Ricch is probably my favorite rapper right now. It's just the way
right now.
Right now his artistry. Like,
or overall.
I'll say right now. Overall, shit. I don't even. There's no mantle for me. Like, you know what I'm saying. I'm trying to be there. So maybe I'll just try to take it myself, because I can't. It's like it got to a point where it was like I was Drake, and it was like Drake for a long stretch, because it's Drake. Like, I don't know. People try to like say anything bad or anything. There's nothing else. There's nothing bad you can say about somebody that great. Like, it's like they're like, oh, he's not like a real lyricist. He was this. I'm like, people don't understand. Like, that nigga born in Canada. He's not from here. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? He's not from Chicago. He's not from Detroit. Well, like, he lived a certain way. So his streets are different. Like, his streets got mafia in it. You know what I'm saying? And the way he grew up was different. So you can't compare his struggle or what he went through with whatever. Like, Degrassi aside, you know what I'm saying? People go through shit every single day. Like, I'm a clear case. You know what I'm saying? Like, you born in the church is what they call it. Like, but then you go through life, shit will shake you up, stuff will change for you, and you can't control it. Like, you can't control it. All you can do is make your decisions as you can for life. And so that's why I say, like, it's hard to decide like who's really going to be your favorite. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because you want to embed yourself in what they're doing as an artist. Like, not just where they're from and who they are musically, but what they actually do with their music. You know what I'm saying? I
just knew you was gonna put like Chris Brown or something in there.
Chris Brown is my top artists are all like I would say like next to Michael Jackson, but I just try not to do that because you know how. But that is like, yeah, Chris Brown. If anybody will tell you, I know pretty much. I probably know like every Chris Brown song like word for word, like on pretty much every album, from even Royalty. People don't even listen to that album for real. X, that was my shit. I can like literally sing almost every song on Heartbreak on a Full Moon, which I know is like 42, 58 songs, but I can all of them. Like, it's just I love music.
So Chris Brown or Usher?
Chris Brown.
Okay.
I love Usher. Don't get me wrong, but Breezy just his visions are bigger. His visions are a lot more bigger, and I say that like just like how I say about Michael. Like, certain stuff catches me when it comes to performing, when it comes to doing a video, directing, dancing, performing or entertaining as a whole. Like, Chris Brown being in movies and done, I mean, you know, Usher's done his thing, but it's just like you can see that you want to do a little bit more in each aspect. And then Chris Brown's also an artist, so you get to see another side of him creatively, just like you saw with like Michael, he was just like, he would put himself into the world. You know what I'm saying? He would give back to the world, and that was like his biggest thing. Like he really wanted people to see him for a human being. You know what I mean? Because he felt like he was a god, or people made him seem like that. But he wanted to be human as much as anybody, and the only way he could do that is just constantly see what's going on for real, for real. And Chris Brown, as far as artistry, like top right now, like, or overall, I would say, other than Michael Jackson, I would put Chris Brown at the very top. So not just because he's, you know, Chris Brown,
right, but
you got to think about his mind, his creativity, his direction, like everything he wants, you know, everything he puts into his art. It's like it's crazy. It's impeccable.
With Chris Brown being like the bad boy of R&B, and Michael Jackson being on the other end of the spectrum, like a god, where are you at in between them two?
You know what's crazy? That is the craziest thing. Like, that's the first time I actually got asked that. But a lot of people have like made that distinction, and I don't know if like it's too early for that, but a lot of people have made that distinction, like wholeheartedly compared. But basically, the way I see it is, I'm like, it's probably like smack dab in the middle, and you think about it, because you have Chris Brown, who, like you said, is a bad boy R&B. He has like this whole edge to him, even though he sings and performs and dances. He has this whole edge to him. But then when it comes to Michael Jackson is so calm, so laid back, and the edge doesn't come out until you see a video or until he performs. You don't see Michael Jackson's edge. It's almost like two different personas, and it's the same with Chris. Like, you'll see the goofy side of him and blah blah blah. With me, I would say like it's literally smack dab in the middle. It's what Michael Jackson, I won't say should have, but this is how I'm comparing it to me. It's like what Michael Jackson should have been doing more, and what Chris Brown could do more. It's like Chris Brown like really loves rapping. He loves doing that whole, like, that's where the bad boy kind of, like you said, the bad boy R&B kind of came from. And it's like he has like that kind of rapper mentality just a little bit. It's like me, I'm taking that to like fully, like lyricism. I would smash Chris Brown. I'll say it. I don't care. Lyrically, if we was rapping, if I was spitting, I would dog him, like, for real. And I would be up there with, I can like literally survive with Drake, Tory Lanez, Joyner Lucas, Travis Scott. I could survive with them in a battle, or not, maybe not a battle. I don't know. I haven't battled like pretty much ever. But when it comes to making a song, if I had to like sit there and write right beside Drake, like, I'm holding my shit. I'm holding it. I'm not even gonna play. Like, and the same thing is like when it comes to Michael, it's like I'm in the middle, because it's like when they like that vision. I always have a vision for something. I always have like a mindset. I'm always driven. I always want to do better. I always want to be a performer. You know what I'm saying? And it's weird because me and Chris Brown are basically around the same age. But the way I see it, it was like Michael Jackson started so young. You know what I'm saying? He started like, let's say 5. And then 10 years, Chris Brown from 10 years, that's 15. So he started 15. And if you put 15, like so you take like that space in where they started, because Michael Jackson technically started at 5. Chris Brown started at 15. The space in between that is 10 years. So the next one you could go up is 15. Yeah. So Chris Brown starting at 15. If you add 15 years, I started at 30 technically, like really getting on. So that's kind of how I put it. So it's almost like an evolution thing. It's like if you see like, I don't know what y'all believe in, but if you see the little ape, you'll see like Chris Brown, and then, or you see Michael Jackson, and you'll see Chris Brown, and then you'll see me. Like, that's exactly how I put it. Like, it's like that evolution, like the evolution of the greatest performers, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just a matter of timing, for real. Like, that's really where I'm on right now. It's just timing and trying to make sure that everybody sees it right now, so that when it gets to a certain level, like, there's like, it's undeniable, which it is anyway, but it's a work in progress. So, but that's where I put myself in that spectrum. Like, that's the only way I can see myself, like the evolution of both of them.
Okay. So, speaking of you and your evolution, are you trying to get signed to like a label? Are you trying to stay independent?
You know what's so crazy? I haven't really thought too much about it. I do think about it, but it's been such a journey, just grinding and actually doing it. I haven't really, like, I know the business side a little bit more than I ever did. I actually learn. I try to study like something every day, even if I'm just watching a dance video. It's it's about bettering yourself. But as far as like labeling, I try to create my persona to where I'm good enough. So if a label needs me, or if I have to get signed to a label, ain't much they can do. You know what I'm saying? Ain't much they gotta do. All they gotta do is put some money behind my visions. Because really that's the biggest thing, like me making a movie or making a dope ass video, like I just want to have the money to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because people visually can see it. Or if I'm doing a tour and I'm trying to build with the, you know, the tour director or whatever, trying to figure like, okay, what can we do so that your performances will be like skyrocket, you know what I'm saying? Right. That like next level. Like basically it's all in the head. It's all a part of the vision. Like shit is written down, it's ready. Like you don't have to teach me too much about dancing. I can, you know, I'm always gonna practice. You don't have to worry about lyricism because I'm nice like that. You know what I'm saying? Making an actual song, I can do that with, regardless if you have a writer for me or not. You probably don't need a writer because you're just gonna fuck up the groove. You know what I mean? Right. But I will definitely have writers in the room. You know, because people always elevate you. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't gotta spend a lot of money on this and that. Publicists, you can have like public relations and stuff like that, but my image ain't gonna get tarnished. I'm not a dummy, you know what I'm saying? I'm intelligent, you know what I'm saying? I'm to the point where I'm grown and I understand who I am as a human being. So my morals is intact, my faith is intact. There's not a lot you can do to shake me up and be like, okay, well we can put this behind you now. Like just put some money behind my visions. Like
you feel like that's all you need, or all you're missing?
I feel like that's really all I'm missing at the aspect, the business, really knowing the business. Somebody, if I can learn more about the business, I feel like that it ain't a lot. It ain't a lot they can do with me. You know what I'm saying? Independently, I could do this if I had like a good team and a good structure. You know what I'm saying? Because that's really a lot of artists, like independently. Mm-hmm. That's a lot what they do. They just need like, okay, I got a video man here, got this, like. But I really just made the network to where the point where shit, if I got to do a video, I got my boy here. If I need pictures, if I need to do a photo shoot, I got my boy Joey. If I need this, you know what I mean? If I need dancers, I can go hit up my homie, blah, blah, blah. He can give me some dancers. I pay them. We get this shit down. He'll do the choreo. We get it down, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I need a building. I'm looking up shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking up stuff in Virginia, like big buildings where we can do this shit. Got a warehouse. Cool, let me talk to the people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let me email them, tell them I need the warehouse. I'm doing all, like, I literally, every single aspect is where I'm touching. I'm like literally grabbing every little ingredient, like putting it inside to make this shit work.
You enjoy that, don't you?
That shit is fun. Cause I've always been the fidgety type. Like I can't stop moving. So as soon as I sit down and somebody else is like, hey bro, I got you. Let me hit up the warehouse and let them know like you need this on that day. I'm still sitting there like, oh shit, cause I need to know. You know what I'm saying?
What we doing?
It's weird for me not to be hands-on, you know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of people will be like, bro, when you get to the industry, like a lot of shit gonna just be taken away. I was like, why it's gotta be, you know what I'm saying? If a label comes to me, it's like, okay, we'll give you this and this because we already see that you like to be hands-on with it. And I'm gonna tell them too, I'm like, you want me, you coming to me, like it's different. If I'm trying to like, I'm like, okay, I came to the label and I gave them this and that, blah, blah. But really, like that's what it's about. But at the end of the day, a label is gonna sign you if they want you, or if they want to sign you. That means they want you. That means they want to give you their resources so that you can work. But if you don't need all their resources, which a lot of people don't realize how much resources they don't need because they don't do their own work a lot of times, or they try to like finesse it and get in.
Lazy artists out here, just period.
Yeah.
I've been paid by artists.
I've been a lazy artist. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna cap. I ain't even gonna lie. Like I've been a lazy artist.
It's just sad because like I've had artists pay me to post their song, not video, post their song on YouTube. Not on my page, on their page. Like they can't just upload their own song.
I mean, there's so many avenues now, like, and then you gotta like, and the people don't realize like that's business. That's your business side. Like you gotta know how to put your song on CD Baby, whatever the fuck you put it on. I mean, I'm not. You gotta know how to do shit.
The money that they're gonna pay me, but at the same time, I look at it like
it's just like you should be able to do that. That's simple.
Who can't
like
post a song on YouTube?
I'm telling you, and it's simple stuff. Like you should be able to upload that without any hitch. Like you can do that on SoundCloud and it'd be boom. Right. It's like 2 minutes. But that's a big avenue of where that's why I'm so glad that I wasn't on already. Like at first I used to be like, why the fuck, like. I'm too nice. Like everybody telling me I'm nice. What is it then? Like why am I not on? That won't guide God's intentions. And then when I started to really get into it, like, okay, I want you to know a little bit more, a bit more about that business and what you really need to do to be a good artist and what you need to do to bring to the table. Because at the end of the day, when you go and talk to a label or they talk to you or whatever the case may be, even if you're independent and you look and labels looking, like, you got to be able to just be like, nigga, I got this shit. What can you give me? Like, if you gonna put some money behind the joint, you know what I mean, give me a little bonus and shit, I'm cool with that, you know what I mean, but it's got to be something. Because I'm a caliber of artist that you got to get to that mindset. Like, it ain't cocky, it's just a hell of a lot of confidence when you grind and you do your own work and you bring a lot to the table. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, to me, I always tell people, it's like, with me, if you want to join the team, it's a potluck. You know what I'm saying? It's a potluck type of situation with me. Like, I don't mind you bringing, I don't mind you coming to the table to eat. You know what I'm saying? You just got to bring a dish. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter what you got. If you're good at something, that's the dish you got to bring to me, so that I can put it on the table. I needed to see it. I need to see what you cook. Don't have no greens with no seasoning in it and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, do your work. You know what I mean? Put that shit together so that I can open that pot up and be like, oh yeah, let's go. You got something I really need. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's what it takes for a team. If everybody plays their role, then you go.
I'm telling you, and they got us, and it's like, just know what we're going, where we're going. Yeah. Because a lot of people are like, they'll see it and they'll be like, damn, bro, like, I'm putting this into it, and I'm like, no, bro, if you trust me, if you know how good I am, then you don't worry about that shit. Give me what I need, I'm going to give it to them. You know what I'm saying? I'll go to people's email, I'll go to people's Instagram. If you know me, I'm up at like 1 a.m. like this, chopping on my phone, like literally sending my music, my promotion to your Instagram thing. They be like, bro, that kind of seemed like it made me seem like it's a scam or something, or like it's like a spam. And my homeboy said that one time, and I was like, I kept sending shit out. People was like commenting like, oh, that shit fire. And the next thing I know, I started to see my story like go up because people was watching it. Next thing I know, if I put like picture out, next thing I know, that shit going up. People like actually commenting like, yo, this shit is sweet. You nice as hell. I love your music. And I'm like, oh, so it's like, bro, it's like it used to be, go out, show people your CDs and blah, 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 blah. Like some of that stuff still works. It still works. But with the times, people are lazy. You know what I'm saying? They really not going to, like, even if you give them a CD or you just giving them, like, just to put some money in your pocket, like, it's accruing revenue, but it's a waste of your time. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it is, but it's just like, if you don't have the right formula, you're just going to waste your time and stuff like that. So my whole thing is basically, it's going hand in hand and really, like, connecting with everybody you can as possible. Like, I don't get everybody. Sometimes some message might fail or something. It might not go through. But for the most part, like, I'm sending like the invites. I'm giving people, this. Like if they want to hear a song, I give them a little snippet. Like I'll call my boy and be like, hey, can you make this into a snippet, a preview? And I'll send it to their email because it's like, it's published. You know what I'm saying? I got it copyrighted. It's unreleased, but let them get a preview. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's a fan. They just want to hear something. Like, why not give them some music? Why hold on to that stuff? Especially when you got so much and you're so good.
So much more. Yeah.
If you know you good. Shit, I don't have no problem with previewing music. Like I put a song out like every other week.
I see.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have no problem. I have so much music
blowing up.
Yeah, and it's just like, and some people will get annoyed, but eventually some people like literally that's exactly how I got some fans. Like somebody hit me, was like, I love your music. Like if you didn't blow up my DMs, I wouldn't have never.
Yeah.
I was just like.
After a while, you click on it.
They just be like, damn, this nigga is annoying. Like why the fuck he keep. Oh shit, is that a video?
But I would rather have you blowing up my DMs with good music compared to you blowing it up and it's trash.
And just doing, and it not even, it's like some people they'll just do it and it's just like, okay, but you got that, but are you putting something with it? Are you trying to back it up? Like, what is your captions like? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? When I click on a picture and I go to that joint, like, what does your caption say? Is it just like, oh, blah, 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 blah? Like, you don't have no type of, like, your persona is not there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't believe it. And it's just like, that was my biggest thing for a long time. And not being able to show people, like, who I really am because I was scared. I was scared of, like, taking those two people and putting them together and making a connection and just being a great person. Like, trying to be as good as possible. And it was, like, growing up knowing, like, watching Michael Jackson, I see like niggas get drugged through the dirt for no reason, just because you're famous and you're doing so much good and they just don't want to see you win. And I just got to the point where I was just like, either way, I'm gonna just still do me. I'm gonna still try to be as good as I can and make good music as I can. Cause regardless of you gonna do, people's just gonna be evil. They gonna do what they gonna do. So just grind, man. Just you know what I'm saying. So that's the mentality now. You know what I mean.
Definitely. Appreciate you stopping by, man. We gonna wrap this up. Before we do, I just want you to take a moment to let us know what's dropping and where we can find your music and touch you at.
Okay. So I'm Henry IV. Henry IV on Instagram. Henry IV4 on Twitter. I'm on TikTok. HenryIV.entertainment. So I'm on TikTok. I'm having fun. I'm having a good time. So if you want to check that out, you see my goofy, crazy side. That's something that I'm okay with people, you know, seeing, because that's really who I am. I don't know how to be anybody else anymore. I used to try to create this persona of myself and like, this is what I want people to see, but it don't work. Like if you're not being you, it don't work. Right. But yeah, so I got that. I got Henry IV. I'm on Snapchat. Sometimes I post stuff on Snapchat the same way I post on Instagram. That's Henry IV too.
On Facebook?
Facebook is actually my real name. I'm trying to work on that, but Facebook is annoying, so I might have to just create a whole nother Facebook at some point. But it's Liam Henry Phaeton the Fourth. You can put William Henry Phaeton the Fourth, and my dad will pop up, and then just kind of go down and be like, oh, siblings or something like that. But you'll find your way to me through Instagram. If you need to get to my Facebook, it'll be on my Instagram too. Okay. So so coming out, I have an album, an EP album. A lot of people don't know what EP means, and that's crazy. But EP album coming out is going to be called Are We There? And that comes out 4/20. So you know what I mean. Y'all already know what it is. Yeah. Now all the music is vibeable. If you smoking, trust me, and you listen to this shit, you gonna put like, damn, this shit got mad different flows. It's got mad different. It's gonna take you to everywhere you need to go. And I did it on 4/20 simply because I got into smoking a lot more like when I came back home from the Navy, and that's only because there's a lot of people around me, like friends wise, like civilian wise, that they were smoking. I was in Washington State, so you know it was blazing on the street, blazing everywhere, and it was just kind of like it was kind of dope. And I was like, man, when I engage in certain activities, it takes music to another level. Like, of course, it's already there. It's already on a wavelength. It's just now the opposites attract and everything connects a little bit more. But I just wanted to be on 4/20, especially in this time frame, because 4/20 is literally like the smoker's holiday. So if you're quarantined, you're at home, you're gonna be smoking like crazy on 4/20. What fucking better album to listen to than mine? Like, no bullshit. Like, you gonna be like, it's gonna take you everywhere you need to go. Whether you want to party, if y'all want to just be in the crib with your peoples and y'all want to smoke and y'all want to party, have a good time, it's gonna take you there. If you want to vibe out and just have something a little slow to work to, something to hit your girl to after y'all smoke a blunt, that's what you gonna get. If you need something a little hard, something that's gonna hit you with like some rapping type shit, that's what you're gonna get. You're gonna get a little bit of everything, and then a little bit of old school thrown in there. And I got like some songs that are gonna release that are not actually on the cover art. So I got like my track list already. But like, it's called Are We There? I have a listening party that is gonna be at my crib. It's gonna be a barbecue. I'm gonna have a cookout. So the cookout probably gonna start around 5 or so, but the actual listening party is gonna start around like 7 or 8. So I'm really trying to do it 8 because I know a lot of people, like, it's not gonna be a lot of people at the crib, but the people that are there are gonna enjoy it. But it's also gonna be on IG Live. So I'm gonna pull up my IG Live, and it's gonna be an IGTV. So however you want to see it, if you miss it, I'm letting everybody come to this party. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's quarantine. A lot of people not going out anyway. So what better way to have a party than to actually have everybody just like, and if you and so like if you're at home and you watching it on IG Live and you want to jam out and have a good time, like, have your peoples get together so they can relax and they can have a good time. You know what I'm saying? And then y'all can just listen to music, smoke, have a good time. You know what I'm saying? It's not 4/20 yet. It's gonna be the 13th, but you know what I'm saying?
Smoke till the 20th.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Like, all the way through. So you can vibe out, and I'm gonna be showing I'm actually be showing a couple of new songs. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm trying to get something together so that when 4/20 comes, if you did join the IG Live, or if you did come to the listening party and you heard some of the newer songs, I'm gonna have people, like, a little contest for people who paid attention, you know what I'm saying, to the newer songs, because that's stuff that's not gonna get released until for a while. But I want people to hear some new sounds. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be a big thing to enjoy. Everybody's invited, but you know, DM me if you need the information, if you need to find a way to the house. The entryway will be through the porch. It's like a porch area because I have a front door, but I want everybody to enter through this way because it's straight from outside, and I have to like gauge the door. I'm gonna have somebody at the door, you know what I mean, squirting sanitizer and spraying Lysol. So be ready for that. If you get hit, you get hit. Don't worry about it. But yeah, so 4/13/20 or April 13th is gonna be my listening party. 4/20/20 is gonna be the drop of Are We There? And then after that, it's gonna be a whole bunch of gang of stuff. I'm gonna have videos coming out, new photo shoots, and then I'm also working on another project. One project with my brother, who's Alexander Faye. Another project with Virgil Ray. One with Rob J. I don't know if y'all know who Rob J is, but I'm having some a little with Rob J. I'm about to have like music everywhere, so I don't have no problem with sharing music and jumping on somebody else's track, them jumping on track with me. I love that shit. Like, they got to hear me any way they can, and everybody has a different style, so that's what I want y'all to hear. I want y'all to enjoy yourselves. Everybody enjoy their quarantine, be safe and be healthy. Stay out of trouble, because it can't find you, so contrary to what y'all think. But just enjoy this time right now with your family, especially, because it's hectic right now, and I just want everybody to continue to be you. If you love life and if you enjoy things, don't let nobody change you. Be you and enjoy yourself. And I love everybody.
That's what's up.
That's it.
I appreciate you coming, man. Henry IV, Black Drop Chronicles.
Appreciate you for having me, man.
Yes, sir.
It was a blessing to be here.
Get you to come back out, man.
Yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, definitely. We gonna have to hit this again in different venue, different light.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I'm with it.
All right, brother. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, man.
We out.
I'ma flee the scene and